man, I've been watching Beard Meets Food. If you want to be entertained by somebody that is serious about eating, Beard Meets Food. But so we left White Bison Coffee. We heading over to Ethan Anderson's house. He's got a studio. We finna shoot some interview content, and it's gonna be fun. Probably be talking about how we wrote Big City together, and which is gonna be a huge song. You watch, see what I'm telling you. Huge, I promise. But stay tuned.
Right.
Ah!
Ethan, how long have you been in Nashville?
I moved here August 2020, so it's been...
Hang on one sec, sorry.
Okay.
Hey, when you put your head down, I can't see him at all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's alright.
I was cleaning my glasses.
There we go. It's just so rude. You know, I just can't believe you didn't.
Honestly, man, I can't believe I wrote with this guy.
Alright, let's try it again. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, and I can scoot up just a little bit.
Yeah, this is really good. This looks
Okay.
great. The light's really wonderful.
Which camera do you want me looking at?
This one.
That one, okay.
Mhm. Alright. So you've been in Nashville, you said about 2.5 years, is that what you said? 4,
It's been
okay.
Freshly 4 years.
Where'd you come from?
Feels wild. I'm from Kansas.
Kansas, okay. Do you ever have to deal with any tornadoes and all that?
Yeah, dude, they're fun. I didn't realize that was like a hot take until I moved here. One of my first jobs here was working at a grocery store, and I was checking some lady out, like an older lady, and I was bagging her groceries and stuff. And she was like, there's supposed to be tornadoes tonight or whatever. I was like, I'm so pumped. I was like, I can't wait. I was like, I'm gonna drive around, try to find it, because that's what we do. I'm from Kansas. That's kind of our thing.
Wow.
And
Chase them.
yeah, and she was like, I swear, verbatim, just goes, oh, well, the last one took my house. Dude,
Oh my
I've
gosh.
never felt so terrible in my entire life, and so that was that. But anyways, I try not to tell people that I'm looking forward to tornadoes anymore, but I always am.
Oh gosh. Dude, we have dark parties, especially when the power goes out and the kids. We all just get in the centermost part of the house.
Mm-hmm. So.
The kids have no idea what's going on until way after. So that's good. But the older they get, I'm sure they'll start catching on.
Yeah.
How long have you been a musician? First of all, how old are you?
I just turned 23.
Alright, this interview's done.
Young buck.
I know, dude, it's
How long
wild.
have you been?
If it helps, I feel 60 when I get up in the morning, so that makes you feel better.
When did you start getting into like playing music? When did you pick up? Did you pick up a guitar first, or?
Yeah, so I was in rehab. I was like 15 or 16 and I just didn't have shit to do. And so I had some buddies that were in there with me, and we all wanted to start playing an instrument. So we all started playing the ukulele together and got pretty fucking good at it, okay? And then once we were really good at the ukulele, we all switched to guitar. So one of us went to like a pawn shop or whatever to get one, and then like my stepdad was in a band in college, so he gave me his old one. Was like, you can use this or whatever. And so I would just sit there and like stare at a wall and just taught myself how to play guitar.
I remember those days. I remember staring at the wall.
Yeah, dude, I'm not kidding. I probably stared at a wall for like 3 hours a day for
Yeah.
multiple years. Yeah.
Dude, I had in my room when I started playing guitar, I was about 17. And I had everything that I could think of that was cool from a newspaper or a magazine. I would clip it out, but like the actual shape of the thing, and then I would scotch tape the whole entire thing together, and it made just a giant mural around all 4 walls of my room.
It was like wallpaper, basically.
That's right.
Sick.
Yeah, I did it a few years after that when I was a huge stoner in my first apartment. Too. It was great.
Dude, that's funny. So the guy who there was a guy who worked at the program that I was at who like wrote his own songs and stuff, and I was like, dude, that's so sick. I was like, I didn't even know that you could do that. And I had never written a song before, and so I just asked him one day. I was like, yo, Derek, how do you write a song? And I had never really been around weed that much, so I didn't really. He was a huge stoner, but I didn't know. I thought that was just Derek. And so I asked him. I was like, yo, how do you write a song? And he just goes, man, you just say as much as you can with the least amount of words possible, man. I think verbatim, that was what he said. And I was like, oh shit, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go do that.
That's
And
actually not terrible advice.
it's great advice.
No,
that's how I started
pretty
writing
much
songs.
it.
Yeah,
Pretty much
that's
it.
how I started writing songs.
Do you remember your first song that you ever wrote?
I do, yeah.
What was it called?
So I was at, I went to like this church, I don't know, like weekend retreat, I guess, and there was this dude there who was speaking, and he was like, talking about like how he met his wife or whatever, and his wife's name is Debbie Joe, which is like the most southern, it was like a southern church camp, like a Baptist thing, I think.
And that's a girl in a song name.
Dude,
right
100%. So he was like,
Kathy Joe.
Yeah.
Debbie Joe?
Dude, so he like, there was this moment in his like sermon or whatever, he stopped and like specifically addressed the young men in the crowd, and he was like, someday like you're gonna find your Debbie Joe. And I was like, that's sick. And I went back and I wrote a song about this girl at church that I was like, for sure, I was 16 and I was like, for sure I'm gonna marry this girl. I went back and wrote a song about her called My Debbie Joe. That was the first song I ever wrote.
My Debbie Joe.
Yeah.
Dude, I had my first song I ever wrote was my parents used to own a mortgage business, and they used to come home with these notepads, and it was a things to do notepads, and that was the first song.
Yeah, that's good.
First song you wrote was called Things to Do?
Mm-hmm, and it was like,
Okay.
granted, it was like Blink-182 punk, like
Oh,
terrible.
dude.
It was so bad.
Yes.
That's where I started.
Okay.
But it was
cool.
like, I had some things to do, and one of those was loving you.
Oh my.
You know, it was one of those.
Sounded like it rhymed.
That's already better than my first song, dude. My first song I didn't even know, I don't think it had like chords or a melody. I think I just wrote it, and in my head I was like, it's a song.
That's I get that. You know, I was, I still am. I'll claim this card for the rest of my life. But like Backstreet for Life, ain't in sync. I love the boy bands.
Dude, did you see that they're doing, is it Stagecoach?
Are they really?
I think, right? Isn't that the one that I just saw?
I don't know.
I just saw the flyer for Stagecoach. I think it's like Zach Bryan, Luke Combs, and then one of the direct support is Backstreet Boys. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So I used to write these. Dude, it was so goofy and nerdy. But I would write the lyrics over to the left, and then I would draw pictures over to the right, like I was a little girl. It was great.
Hey, I could see that. I mean, I used to doodle a lot. I doodle, like drawing little bitty things all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm out of the camera. I doodled a lot as a kid, drawing a lot of things. But I think I got both of y'all talked on my first song, because mine was Cinderella, Queen of the Cowboys Ball.
Oh
way,
man!
You want to talk about like corny?
By the way, I was never arguing that my first song was good. Okay, you probably do have me topped on first song.
No, I'm just talking about the name.
That is pretty
You know,
legendary.
you got Debbie Joe,
is pretty
Cinderella. Yeah, it's like, also, them first songs, man.
Do you remember a little piece of that Cinderella?
Oh, yeah, I probably remember the whole thing, but it's like...
Can you sing a chorus?
Cinderella, Queen of the Cowboys Ball. She did a two-step shimmy and stood back and watched them fall.
It's better than what I did.
Better than what I did. Quick.
Long hair down to the hips, seductive eyes and kiss me lips. Yeah, Cinderella, Queen of the Cowboys Ball. Travis Tritt's guitar player at the time, Steve Stern, he played on it for me. It was
I was gonna say, didn't you release this?
Yeah, I did.
It's out, right?
Yeah, I did.
Y'all
It's on the
y'all can go listen to
thing.
it.
Yeah, it's out there.
It's on the Spotify.
I put it on there like
I'm on work.
Oh, wow.
Sidebar, when I'm answering questions, do you want me looking at you or looking?
I like what you're doing,
Okay.
because I think it's going to be very personal.
Yeah. Okay.
You can do either or.
Okay.
Yeah, the content itself is just great. You know, the banter is just really nice. Let's see here. That threw me off a little bit. Let's go back to Waffle House. Raised right. Cinderella.
Raised right.
So who came up with the idea for Big City?
I had started it standing at my kitchen sink in RV. I live in RV. But I had started it, and me and him got together. You approached me at the Bluebird. You came up to me at the Bluebird outside after everything was over with. You walked up. Yeah.
Was that when we were doing auditions?
Was it audition? I can't remember.
It would have had to been because I've only been there twice.
That's. I believe it was. I believe it might have been auditions or something like that.
You know what's
you
crazy?
came up to me afterwards.
You know what's crazy about that audition? I auditioned at the Bluebird with a great song, and they were like, absolutely not. Like, did not let me play. And then the next time I was there, I was playing with Liz Rose, and I took all my self-control not to be like.
It happens, man.
It happens, bro.
You know, and you know what's funny about that is it's all so opinion based.
Yeah,
you know, because I mean, like you could have this. I mean, because I think Big City is one of the greatest songs ever written. I love that song. I mean, it's the perfect song about the small town. It just, you flip the script on it. I love that. But like, some people can hear that and be like, ah, man, nah, that ain't cool.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, how could you think that?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Music is such one of those things where like there'll be a song that just totally rocks my world, dude. Like, connects with me in such a way, and then I'll try to. It's the worst feeling in the world. You try to show it to somebody and they're like on their phone or something. You're like, hey, fuck you, dude. Like, I'm trying to show you something that will change your life, and you're just not listening.
So I got a new phrase. You know, everybody says, you know, opinions are like assholes. Well, everybody's an asshole.
That's just like sweet spots.
What's the actual phrase people say? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one and nobody wants to hear it.
And they all stink.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But sweet spots, man. Me and Jason Goolsby wrote that.
Oh, I didn't know that with Goolsby.
Yeah, pined over that song, man. I mean, we worked on that song. That was crafted. It was not
Was Larkins a writer on that too?
No, it was just me and Goolsby. And that was the first song me and him ever wrote.
I forgot that you ran with Ryan for a long time.
Oh, but me and him's been best friends since.
What's that relationship like now? Because he just hit the moon.
Yeah, we still talk like weekly, but I don't get to see him or get to write with him because he's just gone.
Yeah.
He's gone all the time. But Jason turned Sweet Spots into NSAI.
Okay.
For a review or whatever, you know, critique, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And their critique came back was the structure of the song was wrong. It needed actual verse, chorus, verse, maybe bridge and chorus and out and all stuff. And I told Jason, I was like, no, that's not. I don't care what they say. I ain't changing the song. I think the song is just perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
Turn it into Bluebird and it wins Golden Pick. Just like, you know, if you don't know what people are from one, just like go to RCA and they love it, go to Sony and they say, oh, well, that was last year. What the hell? Yeah. I mean, it's everybody. Everybody's an asshole.
I haven't won a Golden Pick yet. I should do that. That'd be fun.
Turn it in, I would, man. I mean, I know at least, I know 3 or 4 people, including myself, that have won it here tonight. You know.
Okay.
And
I have some friends that have, yeah.
Explain to the camera what the Golden Pick is.
Golden Pick. That is it's a little metal pick they make out of gold.
You silly boy.
It's the Bluebird Cafe.
You're as bad as my kids, man.
Yeah, the Bluebird Cafe, they have their Golden Pick contest. It's you just turn in a song you wrote or co-wrote online, tag the Bluebird, tag Taylor because you win a little Taylor guitar. At the time it was a Taylor Mini, now it's a Taylor Grand Pacific.
Oh,
it sounds like extraordinary, but I mean, I ain't gonna talk bad about Taylor, but
that's what I play.
Yeah,
I take it to every gig. I have a GS and it rocks.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's, you know, they're great for what they do. It's just like it's perfect for a song like storyteller songwriter thing, I think.
Which is
but like with what I do mostly, I mean, you got to be growling a little bit, and you didn't have that.
What do you play, Martin or Gibson?
35. Martin 35.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Tunes it down a whole step.
Step and a half.
Yeah, big old dread.
Oh, step and a half.
Step and a half. It's bottom end, man.
That's right.
And it has. That's like I changed the strings, and I didn't have the strings I normally play.
I remember because we used to play Cabana together, and I would try to play lead over what you're playing.
Yeah, you couldn't.
What fucking key are you in? It's like I have no idea what you're playing.
Yeah.
We're in the key of
Cabana Taps. Yeah, I remember Cabana Taps. What happened to that?
It's called Jar now. It's like a.
I haven't been there since I played with you.
Oh, dude, I haven't been there since I worked security for the opening night of that Jar bar.
Okay.
And I got done with my shift and I told my boss, I was like, please don't ever put me there ever again. Please don't ever put me there ever again. It's sketchy, dude. It's weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays, man.
So back to Big City. Tell the story. I loved hearing the story about looking out the window. Can you guys tell the story about how the hook landed?
Yeah, apparently he remembers it more than I do.
Man, I remember it like it was yesterday, but I was watching.
Well, because you were the spectator.
Yeah, I mean, we was really pining over the ending of that course because I had probably what I would say maybe like 80 or 85% of that chorus like done.
Yeah, well, the thing that you had that I thought was huge was that, so that when the opening verse goes,
Silly string
looks
on
like
poster.
silly string on poster paper, all the different highways on the map, I was like, you played that and I was like, please God, let me write this song with him, please. I was like, I want my name on that. I was like, that's so sick. And then
that was a God line all day long.
Dude,
Because
that
that
was
just like,
such a good
that fell out of the sky. I don't even know when it fell out of the sky, but I remember writing it down and it stuck with me. That line.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this?
that visual is
You can see it right away.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
If that ain't country
Yeah.
damn music, I don't know what
It is a
man.
Rand McNally map from the word go, because that's what I grew, and that was part of it. I remember looking through some stuff in the garage or in the basement in my mother-in-law's house, and I found my whole, like this big, this Rand McNally map that my dad gave me when I moved to Tennessee, like back in the 90s. He gave me this map, but he had taught me how to read a map when I was a kid, and that struck something with that silly string and all the map. And I remember walking in the trailer, and that line came out, and that was it. That was just that line, and it set for a while. And then all the other stuff started coming in, and it was like, But yeah, Ethan is like, we're just pining over this ending of this chorus. It was like trying to pull teeth. And Ethan walks over in front of the window, and I can still see him standing there, and he's like, I got it. And I was like, what? He said, they'll never tear that big old city down to build a small town. I was like, holy cow. That gives me chills in my knees right now. Just,
Same.
It's like, and it came out, and I was like, yeah, that's it. That's it. We don't need to do anything else. That's it. It's like,
What a hook.
yeah. And
Because it's so true. That ain't never gonna happen.
never ever. And it's like, that's why I say I love to write by myself. I write by myself
That's the
every day.
It's the best.
But my buddy Jason Price lives out in San Angelo, Texas. He was in town when I came here in the 90s. I met him at the Ernest Tubb Troubadour Theater over off Music Valley Drive. I was doing a little show there with some people. Jason was the keyboard player. And he was one of the first people that ever co-wrote with me in town. And he's still to this day my favorite co-writer, because I would get a song just like, I had with that. It was a start. It was a good start, but it was stuck.
Yeah.
Couldn't go no further.
Well, those are the best writes. The best
Yeah.
writes are when somebody's like, they have like a great idea that's like kind of halfway there or whatever, and they're like, I
Yeah.
just don't know where to go with it, and they bring it in.
And it's like you find that right in over time you learn who those people are
Yes,
too.
totally.
You get it nowadays. I've done it so much. It's like I hear this idea, and I know I've done it too. I've seen it. I'm like, man, it's just or I'll send an idea to you, Ben Miller. I'm pointing at
Yeah,
Ben right
because
now.
if you have a
too.
good idea, you've got to know who you can trust with it.
Yeah,
That's really true.
exactly.
That's so
you
true.
got to know who's going. Because the wrong, and I've had it so many times.
Yeah.
I've got songs right now that I've kicked myself.
What do you mean?
Kicked myself for writing them with the wrong
For
person.
writing with the wrong
Oh yeah, I've done that.
Then it turns out
For
to be a
writing
shit
it
song,
with the
even though
wrong
it's a really
person.
good idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you walk
Well,
away
see-
from it, and you're just
That's
like your
horrible.
gut punched.
But I always go back to my little theory on this. It's like that's not ever going to be set in stone. Like that other person can let it be their stone. You know what I mean? But it
Yeah.
doesn't have to like come back and like be my stone too. It's like I'm gonna turn around and write this fucking song the way I saw it.
I mean,
Especially if I write a new.
Oh yeah, I've had it where I've brought a really, really good idea to a write, and it doesn't end up being what I want it to or whatever, and then I go home, rewrite the thing completely like by myself, and then I just text whoever a work tape, and I'm like, your name's on this. This is the song. Like
That's a nice thing to do too. That's a
Yeah.
really that's
because you can't
that's
take at
honest
that
thing,
point
yeah.
you can't really take their name off of it. You know
That's
what
true.
I mean?
No.
So I just go. I'm like, well, this is gonna be I'm gonna make this a good song regardless.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which you can do, but it's still kind of it sucks, man. It's,
That's
you just gotta be really careful about who you take.
That's a
Knife
bridge
in
I
the
ain't
side,
learned how
it's
to cross.
gonna hurt, but nobody's gonna die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't believe in that either.
For me though, it's almost like my kid got kicked out of school, and I lost my mind and wouldn't hit the principal or something, and I just had to quit. It's just
Clip that.
Yeah, you'll have to. You'll have to. I'll get it.
No. That's a clip. That's like a 5-second clip.
Oh man, yeah, but it's I've got one in particular that has stuck in my mind for a long time, and I won't say the name of it because the people I wrote it with would probably watch it if you posted it. But it's a song that is such a good idea.
Yeah.
And you could ask Karen. Karen can tell you. She heard what I had started, and man, it's just one of them songs. And it got butchered, and now I don't even want to look at it.
Speaking of one of them songs,
You know.
I sent violets to my mom yesterday, and she's just all tears.
I told you, women, that song, 35, 40 years old and up, I don't care. You
Dude,
play that
it's
song, a woman will lose it, and it's not
It's
like
so bad. I cried listening to it yesterday, and I've already heard the song.
Yeah.
Have you heard it?
No,
Jason Grove.
You wrote that with Grove?
So I can't say that I'll say I didn't write it. I didn't write it. I made it sound like it sounds. I gave it its melody. He didn't have no music for it. He was like, man, and I probably changed 6 words maybe, you know.
Well, I mean, if you
In the
gave
song.
it the life. I mean,
But
that's-
I put the music behind it, and so he's always gave me writer credit on it. Which, like I say, I changed some words, but
That's fair.
it's one of them. My dog had passed, and I was in the dirt. I was hurting, and Jason sent me that song, and I was like, man, what are you? Or sent me the lyrics to that. And I sat there and wrote it or read it, getting words right. I sat there and read it, and I just cried.
yeah, I get
I
that.
was like, dude, why? I just like, dude, why are you sending me this? I can't, I can't handle this right now.
Why would you do this to me?
Yeah, why would you? And it's like, he's like, man, I just need you to see if you can put some music to it.
What is it? What is it with the? It strikes such a. I guess it's the like just the human element.
I thought you might be naked. That was freaking me out for a second. I don't know what. That,
Mostly it.
yeah, it really does.
From what you guys can't see, there's a naked dude behind us.
Yeah,
Real handsome naked dude.
For sure.
word.
Yeah, I think it strikes the the human thing. But even, have you guys ever written a song that's like completely fiction, but it just slides right into that emotional thing, and it's like you believe it too much that you almost think that it's real.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, I think that's one of the. To me, I think that's one of the marks of being a good storyteller is being able to truly create something from nothing in your mind and shape it in such a way and believe it and shape it in such a way that it emotionally affects people. Because
you got to believe it more than anybody else.
That's right.
110%.
You got to believe it. Like, I mean, you say 100. I think you got to believe it 1,000%. Not trying to top you. It's just like
I
so
think you gotta
much.
believe 1,001%. What do you think about that, James?
It's like that. It's like that. You know what I mean? Because I've seen you. I mean, I've seen him play. We've sat on stage beside one another. It's an emotional place you go to in your mind, and you gotta shut everything off.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
you do, and you have to be able to see it. You have to be able to feel it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like that. When I wrote "Stay with Me," it's like that song's about suicide.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not suicidal. I don't have those thoughts. But when I wrote that song, it just came out,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, what would the world look like if I wasn't in it? I was like, that's a crazy thought. And then when I put that first video out, and like all my friends in town saw it, you know how many phone calls and like texts, hey dude, you all
People
right?
worried about you.
You good, man? You all right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I was like, it's fiction.
Well, I remember you and your comments on one of them, because I was reading some of the comments thinking, I know Ben's cool, and then you commented, guys, I'm okay. Everything's good. I remember, I don't know, that probably wasn't, that's just me, like, how I remember you saying it, but yeah, it was, yeah.
It's that thing. It's that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, I wrote that one called "Long After," where like it was the dude that found out he had cancer, so he moved out to Mexico, pawned his wedding ring, and like ended up running drugs with people down there, and that's where he found life before he got shot in a bar.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's no truth to that at all, but like, that song fell out in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I can connect with it, and I don't know why. Maybe that's a past life.
You know.
At the end of the song, the dude gets shot by the bouncer in Mexico because the guy was looking at his girlfriend on stage a little too feistily. So the guy popped him, and it's like, well, and then like the end of the song is, I bet you didn't know he did me a favor. You know, because nobody knew he moved down there with Canada. I don't know. That's one of those things.
Yeah. Wow.
So Ethan, so are you following your own artist career also?
Oh yeah, dude.
Good.
Yeah, I've been touring all year this year. This has been my first year touring, which has been sweet. We did the Carolinas a whole bunch, and then went out to the Midwest, and where else did I go? I went to North Dakota, which was sick.
Oh, yeah.
Played the Keys, which was dope, and I fly to Canada today.
Canada? Where are you going in Canada?
British Columbia, dude.
All
One of
right.
the prettiest part of Canada.
BC.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Full band?
No, this one's just like solo acoustic, all originals, which those are my favorite. Because I've done a bunch of different types of show this year, and I think what I've realized just about myself is I would much rather go play a solo acoustic show. I really would, like, than
All day
go
long.
play a full band show. Like, I would much rather. It just fills my soul in a different way.
Yep.
And so if I can make even close to as much money just going and playing solo acoustic, I would rather do that.
All of it.
You know, there's just some times where it just feels good.
Yeah.
You know, I love playing solo acoustic and singing tunes like that.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, but what do you got out on platforms right now? You
Tons
got
of
anything you're
stuff.
pushing?
Tons of stuff. So I put out, last year, 2023, was my first year really putting myself out there as an artist and really trying to make a swing and kind of connect with an audience. And
Is this all independent, or are you doing this through a label?
Totally independent. I
Good,
have no label,
bootstrap.
no publisher. And I think I want to keep it that way. Like, I think I'm enjoying doing it independent. Last year I put out, I think, like 60-something songs, dude. I
Holy
dropped.
smokes.
Yeah, I mean, I dropped like 7 or 8 singles, and then I dropped 3 albums. The albums are like acoustic. They're called the Stairwell tapes. So I went. My manager used to work at a hotel downtown, and she was like, "Hey, there's this like random staircase in the back of the parking garage." She was like, "I've always thought that somebody should like record something back there," and it was a huge TikTok trend.
I remember that. Yeah.
Everybody like singing in the stairwell and stuff, but just for TikTok videos. And I was like, well, shit, I should just go record a song in the stairwell and like put it out like that, since people like that so much. And so I went to this like stairwell or whatever, set up this one microphone, and just stood in there and played songs that I had written. And so the first record had 17 songs on it. The second one was kind of an in-between EP with 5 songs. And then the last one I surprise dropped on Christmas Day, and had 35 songs on it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Working.
I know.
You know, that's what I always remember hearing back on The Weeknd when he was just releasing content. That first record had 31 songs on it, I think it was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, shoot. I mean, that's what you got to do,
Yeah.
saturate the market.
100%.
And you know, that was actually one of my other questions for the interview today was the acoustic thing. You know, just an acoustic guitar and a vocal, and just singing a song really
I like
resonates. Well, it really resonates with the consumer.
I hope so.
You know, like I'm married into an Alabama family. Not the band. I mean, I'm sure they love Alabama, but I'm married into like a Roll Tide, like listen to country music.
Roll Tide, George Singleton. Roll Tide.
We're
I'm
gonna
sorry,
get in
go
trouble.
ahead.
We're gonna get in trouble. Hey, yeah, but yeah, Roll Tide, buddy.
Tide ain't rolling like it used to.
No.
They do that about, not to interrupt your story, they do that about every 20 years.
Yeah, well, they steamrolled whoever it was the other day.
Oh, really? Okay,
Mhm.
I wasn't. I don't.
It
Really
was-
pay
it was
attention.
like
I just like
still-
making Alabama fans mad.
Yeah,
It was
they'll
like
slow down, but
61 to
you
zip or
can't
something like
make an
that.
Alabama fan mad. Alabama fan knows better.
Plus, they've been through all of it. Like,
Yeah.
remember, like hey, Bam, I got a second? Like, we've been through all of it.
Alabama fans are in the same state as Auburn fans, so we've been subject to that for years.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Don't miss your plane.
So yeah, so the where I was going with that is I guess he's my brother-in-law. Married to my wife's sister makes him my brother-in-law. Is that how that works?
Say that again.
To your wife's sister.
Married to my wife's sister. What's up, guys? Hello.
So what did you just say? Your brother-in-law's married to your sister? I missed all of that.
Hey, you speak Alabama just like I do.
Yeah.
No, if what would it be called if the guy is married to my wife's sister?
Yeah.
That would be my brother-in-law, right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Something like that.
Because you're technically a brother-in-law to the family.
But see, I'm actually from Alabama, and that even confused me.
So my other husband of a sister-in-laws of Alabama.
Oh,
So he's a had to come up with something. He's a big listener, and we were sitting around a campfire one night just drinking beer and having a good time, and he had his little Bluetooth speaker out, and he was listening to some stuff I'd never heard, and come to find out it was like stuff that was on the cutting edge, like Gavin Adcock and Haley Witters, and he was listening to all these people who had these acoustic cuts.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, you really like this stuff, dude, don't you? He said, oh yeah. He's like, well, you can hear the song that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he said, sometimes it gets overproduced, and he's like, we don't like that. And I was like, who's we? And he's like, guys like me. And I'm just like, well, shit. I mean, that's the population of who's listening to what we're doing.
I'm hoping that there's a lot of guys like him. I'm taking a bet. I'm taking a swing. I think there are.
I think there are too.
I'm hoping that there are.
I
Well,
totally,
that's
totally.
what's your Tyler Childers
Yes.
crew and your people like
Your Zach
that.
Bryan, your Tyler
Zach Bryan.
Childers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same
Zach
thing, yeah.
Bryan, that's that guy with the guitar standing there playing. And it's the truth. I mean, what you're saying, it's. I've done this since I was 19, I guess, professionally, and I would rather play by myself any day of the week.
Dude, all day.
Any day of the week.
Well, you're only 35 now, so you got a long way to go.
Yeah. This month, 52, baby.
Here's a cool question. I wanted to see what you guys thought of the new swing in Nashville, because it seems like you've got the organic, like cool sounding, clever lyrics like Lainey Wilson, Riley Green. Who are some of the other ones that were on that list?
Yeah, although I'll say Riley has leaned a little bit away from kind of just like the clever Nashville lyricism and a little bit more towards, like, Jesus Saves as a solo, right?
Did not.
He wrote that. And
So is
I'm
Grandpa's Never Die.
Yeah.
Now I was in his band when Grandpa's Never Die was starting to go up.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you played for him?
Yeah, I was his band leader for 3 years.
Oh, sick. I didn't know that. Cool.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, that was
yeah,
very familiar
what you're
with
saying
that.
is true, though. There has been, it's the Hardy wave. That's what it really is. It's
I think you're right.
It's those boys that came up with Florida Georgia Line and wrote all of the clever songs in the bro country kind of 2013 era.
Yeah.
And then they all made it into kind of all these different songwriting echelons, and now everything
It's the
is...
Tractor Supply soundtrack.
Well, everything is like, what's the flip on the hook? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
That was
what's
my next question.
Yeah, what's the double meaning? What's the double entendre? That's
Yep.
and it is really fun to do. It's
And-
fun writing.
And I feel like that's where like all of it has gone. And if you can flip the script, double entendre kind of thing, then the publishers are going to be looking at you
Right.
like that.
Then you're looking at y'all starry eyed. Yeah.
Right. It's like, oh, he said this, but then he said this.
Yeah, but he really meant this.
Oh, that's like, I don't remember who wrote it, and I don't think it was a song that actually got cut. It should, but it was a girl that wrote it called Mountain Man, and her hook was
Oh, it's like go climb that mountain, man.
no, it was like trying to change his mind. It's like trying to move a mountain, man. And it's like, damn it, like why do?
Very clever.
And I hit myself every time I hear one of those hooks,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Oh,
dang
yeah.
it.
Damn, why didn't I think of that? Yeah, I do that all the time.
And then you
Well,
have
that's the
Ryan
Girls
Martin.
Like You song that we wrote. So one of the singles that I put out
Girls
last
Like-
year it's one of my favorite hooks that I've ever written, and I had this idea for a while, and somebody that I worked with was like, Ethan, you should write a song. She's like a kind of middle-aged lady that doesn't write songs at all. She came up to me in the elevator one day and she was like, Ethan, you should write a song about how men like you make women like me. And I was like, hurtful, but all right, and so I kind of thought about it or whatever. I started writing some stuff for it, and I flipped it, and it was so the verses are like, girls like you make guys like me want to walk right up and buy you a drink and that kind of thing. And then in the
that's
chorus,
good. I like that.
yeah, and then at the end of the chorus, it's like, because girls like you make guys like me. And now I'm running around being a heartbreaker and doing all the stuff that I never wanted to do,
I just wanted to love you, but
Yeah.
but you broke my heart. So girls like you make guys like me, and it is that super clever
That's cool.
Yeah,
wordplay
I like
and
that.
stuff like that where I'm like, yeah,
What was the
that's
dude?
sick. Michael, my best friend. He wrote that with Mike. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that so much. So are you actually going around breaking hearts right now?
I'm trying not to, dude. I've been trying not to, dude. I get myself in some odd situations, but it's not my fault, I swear. But
Well, Ethan's a working gigolo. I mean, how do you think he can live in his house with roof and everything?
yeah.
By just playing music.
I didn't know that you knew that. Have you been to the club?
Yeah, I'll follow you online.
Okay,
No,
cool.
we've all seen the private number written on the bathroom stalls.
I was
Yeah.
wondering who bought that G-string, that worn, dirty G-string that I sold the other day.
On eBay?
Yeah.
I might have put some bids in, but I didn't get it. I know who got it, though. I do know who got it. It's another songwriter.
Tell Kathy I give her my regards.
That's funny. Before long, you're gonna have to start hanging the G-strings up here with the hats.
Dude, that would be legit. Yeah. You know what's so funny, dude? I'm not a gigolo, obviously, but I do this job called the Cocktail Cowboys, which might as well be, dude. I mean, we get booked by bachelorette parties, and we show up to their Airbnb, and I just like take off my shirt, make drinks, make them laugh, like play their favorite Morgan Wallen songs and shit, and get paid.
I mean, fantastic.
It's pretty
I
great.
mean, hashtag America right there, dude.
that's
Holy cow.
that's capitalism, baby.
It is finest.
Oh, that's
Type
funny.
of capitalism they used to do way back in the 1800s.
It's my favorite kind.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so money. Back to big city. So 4 years ago when you moved here, Nashville had kind of already built up so big. When I moved here in 2010, it was a quarter of the size it is now. And when he moved here in the 1700s, it was way different. So
Yeah. All they had was the Bat Building then.
that's right. I mean,
That
like,
that was like freshly built when I moved here.
yeah.
I'm
The
just
AT&T Bat
the
Building.
1700s, so that would have been, the independence of our nation, and then like the Batman building.
That'd be hilarious.
Like a Confederate flag flying off the top of the Batman building, dude. That's all I can picture in my head.
Yeah. That's it.
No. It was actually what's his face, Sauron's thing, but then they just built the city around it.
Sauron, dude. I
Lord of the
never thought
Rings.
about how similar those two look.
Oh yeah. Have you seen the pictures of somebody photoshopped the eye in
The
between
Eye
it?
of Mordor or whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely used to be on top of the Batman building.
Oh, for sure.
Damn.
And that was
Maybe
actually the heart and soul of country music. No, nobody really knows. Sauron just wanted to pick a telly.
Who knows? I thought it was storytelling and songwriting, but apparently it was the orcs. Yeah.
The orcs.
Tell Ryan, the king of country music, is not the song. It is in
an
fact Sauron.
Yeah. Man, I've been watching that new. I like the Rings of Power. I've been watching that.
Oh, I haven't seen any
It's
of it
pretty
yet.
cool.
You dig it?
Yeah, I'm all caught up on it right now, but it's pretty good.
There might be a time in my life where I sit down and watch TV, but
Yeah.
it's not. I don't even own one. Like, it is not right now.
It is a song idea source for me, believe it or not. I love
Okay.
obscure movies. Brian Larkins, when he first got his deal and he was staying busy, I want to say it was Tom Douglas
Okay.
that told him to watch movies and read books.
Okay.
Watch movies and read books.
That's a good phone.
And I sat with my phone laying on my leg, and I said it was Tom Douglas. It was one of those guys that was like Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Because Ryan was just all crazy about that idea at the time, I remember.
That makes sense.
I started doing it. Look, the right show,
Yeah.
I can sit down and come away with 4 or 5 ideas sometimes.
No, I come away with ideas from Instagram Reels, so
Oh yeah,
I get it.
Yeah,
No, that
yeah.
makes sense. And books for sure. Yeah, actually, I didn't think about that.
But
That's
man,
a good
other writers, especially back in the day, I think some of the movie and story writers now on TV, I don't know where they're going with some of the stuff, but some of the older stuff, yeah, you can really find some cool gems,
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, little one-liners or whatever.
yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt
yeah.
you, by the way, when you were talking earlier. You were talking about new age lyricism and stuff. I don't think we ever finished whatever that.
Oh, we kind of touched on it. We can go back to it. I think that'd be a cool thing. It all still comes down to. I mean, you could write a song about the picture frame on the wall, and as long as you connect everything to that, I think it's going to connect with the listener. Or it's like Or like Macy's Mean Girl, you know, it's like, hey, mean girl, why don't you say it? Well, I guess that's a double
And the flip
entendre.
is like, what do you mean, girl, or something like
Yeah, why don't you say what you mean, girl? I produced that one. Hey. But it's still, man, I heard one the other day where it wasn't a double entendre thing, and it was just cool.
Isn't it kind of refreshing now? When you hear, because we've had so many double entendres that it's almost refreshing. When
There's
you hear,
there's a million of them now. you
yeah,
know?
it's almost refreshing when you hear somebody that just writes like a straightforward idea. It's like,
Yeah,
cool.
for sure.
Yeah.
Or it's like that.
That Jesus Saves. No
Jesus,
flip.
like Jesus. Yeah.
No
Or what's the new one that they started putting out last night? Don't mind if I do. Like what a great idea.
Well,
or-
that one is a flip though.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the hook is like I think it's something like I think I still love you and I hope you don't mind if I do.
I got you.
It's great.
Oh,
word.
okay. Now I'm catching
It's
it.
great.
That's
word.
a smooth line
Yeah,
into
dude,
it. I
Ella.
haven't heard that yet.
Mm-hmm.
Her voice is so good,
Yeah.
and she's so hot, dude.
Now that's our little sister.
Oh, really?
I play with Trey Lewis still.
Dude, I love Trey.
Do you?
Yeah, he was one of the guys that kind of came up doing the tin roof circuit.
Yeah.
And that's what I was doing this year.
You know, he's also recovering. You know, he went
Yeah.
to rehab for all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
I remember I asked him, I said, what'd you go to rehab for? He goes, everything.
Yeah, everything. We talked about it briefly because I've been sober for like 3.5 years or something. We kind of stopped, I think, a live oak or something and had a conversation.
Oh, yeah.
about it. He's the coolest guy. If you just listen to Dick Down in Dallas, you would never know it. But like if you actually sit down and have a conversation with that guy, that's why the Dick Down in Dallas thing is so weird to me because, and he's talked about this, where it's like, well, now you're that guy. And he's like, no, I don't want to be the next, Wheeler Walker Jr.
That's right.
And so I really hope that he has some huge single that kind of blows him out of that box, if that makes sense. Like,
Oh, yeah. Well, people always, still to this day, they still get the, and to be fair, that song only says the F word a couple times. It's not like crude and rude like Wheeler's put on,
you talking about Dick Down in Dallas?
thing. Yeah.
Dude, it says you're getting butt fucked in Boston.
Yeah, that's what-
Anal in Austin. Like, it's pretty crude, brother.
Yeah, like the actual state of the song is nowhere near like, you know what I mean?
Dude,
Like
what's the Wheeler one about being redneck or whatever? He's like, I eat corn.
it's amazing.
It's so funny.
Now, granted, we are fans, but
I love Wheeler, dude.
oh yeah,
It's just so funny.
Saul went on that first tour that he did.
Butter on it.
Honey butter, bro.
Yeah, honey
Honey
butter.
butter.
I like Mexican cornbread though too.
Is that a joke about being with Latinas, or is that a real thing?
I mean, you can take it any way you want it. I guess.
I'm gonna take it that way. I like Latinas.
Yeah, you could use that if you want to, but actually Mexican cornbread, you put taco seasoning.
Oh, okay, so it's like spicy cornbread.
Let's bring us to our next point. Let's talk about the southern border, shall we? I'm just kidding.
Dude, I was about to go in on that conversation. Let's not.
We can.
Let's not.
Let's see here. Bucket list venues. Jamie, why don't you start this one? And you can't say the Opry.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Bucket list venues that are not the Opry.
So the Opry's just assumed that we won't play the Opry.
Well, I have another question about the
Oh,
Opry.
okay.
For me, like bucket list venues.
I thought you were going to say Buc-ee's for a second.
Well, I would play Buc-ee's. The Buc-ee's, if y'all are listening,
Yeah. I'd play Buc-ee's.
I love them nuggets y'all got in a barbecue.
I like them comments.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, everything.
Candy
I end up
put
spending
in.
so much money at Buc-ee's.
Sorry, what were you saying?
What was we talking about?
Bucket list venues.
Bucket list venues. I got to thinking about Buc-ee's and all the beef jerky and everything. It turned me off. Bucket list. So for me at this point, anything that's not a bar.
Nice. What a great answer to that question.
Anything that's not a bar. I've played bars for so long, and I play them every week. I know what that's like. I know what it feels like. I would like to play something where everybody listens.
Yeah. Gosh. You and everybody else.
It's a feed that I've had in my life and I don't have any more unless I just really force it or the right crowd walks into the Palace or something like that, because that's just where I'm at every week.
That's
Just
right.
anywhere that's not a bar, I would be happy with that.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm gonna go, since the Opry's not an option, I'm gonna go Ryman, because I've played the listening room and the Bluebird, so I feel like those are the listening places, but I'm still a bouncer downtown, but I used to work down there a lot more before I was touring and stuff, and I would get off work at like 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever, and I would go walk over. I think I'm on a watch list, because I would go walk over to the Ryman, and I'm like dressed in all black with my, I've been beating people up all night or whatever, and I'd stand like outside of the building and just stare at the building and be like, I'm gonna play there someday. I'm gonna play there someday.
Absolutely.
And I didn't realize that there's a little guard shack like back there where they park the buses and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it took me, I did it a lot, and then one night I just realized there's a guy staring at me from the thing, and I was like, oh dude, they think I'm gonna like bomb them or something. I was like, they think I'm like plotting something. So anyways, the Ryman definitely would mean a lot to me, and a stadium. I don't think I care which one. I mean, Arrowhead would be, I'm from Kansas City, so probably
There you
Arrowhead.
go. That's cool.
But yeah,
One day, man. Dude, you keep visualizing it, man.
yo, dude, all the time.
Because, I mean, you guys are definitely good enough to play wherever the hell you want to play. It's just about awareness at this point.
It's about those eyeballs, man, and then who you know. I mean, that's really what it comes down to,
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
If
right.
there's anything I can say about getting anywhere, it's always who you know.
Yeah.
It's always it,
I
man.
know. I keep
ain't.
hoping. Sorry, go ahead.
No.
I keep hoping that I'm gonna, because a lot of times I'll do like content or shows or whatever. I'll be wearing some kind of Kansas City Chiefs gear. I'm born and raised. Like, I'm diehard. I love them, and so I'll be wearing a hat or a shirt or whatever. And someday, dude, there's gonna be some like Kansas City player that like sees it and is like, oh no shit, like I love this guy's music. Like he's a fan or whatever. And then like it's like, yo, you want to come in? I'm gonna be like, yes.
Like, yes,
Yes,
I'm there.
that's gonna be my aim someday.
I love that. Do you know any of the other, there's a couple more Kansas City folks. Andrew Bone, drummer.
No, I know there are guys from Kansas. So like Blaine Younger's from Kansas, and I think Hunter Mounts is from somewhere around there. Brandon Ellis is from Kansas. There's a couple of guys that are from
Joel Edwards, another drummer. He's from Kansas City.
Dude, Joel Jorgensen and I have the same birthday.
Really?
Yeah, August
Huh.
20th, same birthday.
Well, happy belated birthday.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're just now 23?
Yeah, I just turned 23.
Get out of here.
I know. Wow.
Well, it seems like you got your head on straight. You know what you want. You know, that's part of the that's 90% of the battle is
I'm
just
learning.
figuring out what you want to do.
Yeah. What was your question about the Opry though? You said you had a set.
Oh, I had a good one. So what do you feel that it would look like visualizing your first time playing at the Opry?
You go first.
And like think about what you're wearing, think about who's there.
Oh, dude.
Think about the crowd.
This one makes me really, really emotional. So I moved to Nashville. I had just turned 19, like a week or two before I moved here, and I had some stuff happen in my personal life or whatever, and I was not planning on moving here at all. And I had some stuff happen, and I ended up being like, well, all right. And I left in the middle of the night, never said goodbye, just like took what I could fit in my car basically, and then like showed up here, slept in the back of my car, started working at McDonald's. Like, I came here with literally nothing and didn't know anybody. I had never been here before. By the time I got here and I had spent money on gas, I'm not kidding, I had like $13 total. And so it really was this thing where I was like, I came here with absolutely nothing. And a couple years went by and I had been playing a bunch of rounds. I had worked really hard and had like an apartment or whatever. And then my mom and my brother and sister came to town, and we all went and took a tour of the Opry. And there's a part in the tour, it's really cool. They take you backstage, they show you where like Hee Haw was filmed and everything, all that stuff. And then there's a part towards the end of the tour where they take you out on stage. And they're like, all right, like everybody get in the circle, like we're gonna take your picture. And I go, no. And the lady was like,
Not yet.
okay.
Not
Dude,
yet.
straight up. And
Yeah.
so and I told her, I go, I'm not stepping into that circle until I'm invited to step into that circle. Like, until I'm actually playing here and stepping into that circle. So there's a picture of me, my mom, my brother, and my sister, where all three of them are like standing in a circle, and I'm standing, like my feet are off to the side, and I have like an arm over, like around me. That's a real picture that exists.
You can clearly see this?
Oh yeah, and
Can you send me that picture?
Yeah, and I guarantee you the night that I play the Opry, that picture will be up, like on the screen for everybody to see, and then I'll step into it.
That's fantastic. I love that.
Yeah, the Opry one makes me really, really emotional. I don't care who's there. Crowd doesn't matter to me at all.
Yeah, well said.
And I don't really care what I'm wearing either. I guarantee you it'll be jeans and boots and this cowboy hat. That's what I'll be wearing when I step in this circle.
That's a song. Jeans and boots and this cowboy hat.
Yeah.
What about you, Jay?
Before you touch this cowboy
I don't even
hat.
follow that. That's a good story. I don't even know what I would say after that, because it's like for me, I've imagined it several times. Believe me, I've imagined it several times. And then I went and watched Ryan Larkins play here a while back. Me and Ethan Phillips. I don't know if you know Ethan Phillips or not.
Yeah, vaguely. Yeah.
Me and him sat and watched Ryan play, and for me, it's like it's a nervous pit in the bottom of my stomach. I know I'm gonna be all nerves, and it's gonna go like that.
It's over
gonna
fast,
be
man.
Over with.
It's quick.
And I'm gonna walk out, and I'm gonna go, what happened?
Yeah.
That's been my mindset of it for a long time, and I've tried to like reel that back some, but I really don't know how it will be. To be honest, it's something I've wanted for a long time, and it's just like it's become a kind of a numb spot, I guess to say.
Interesting.
Because
You think that's just water beating on the same spot over and over kind of thing?
I think for me, it's just like, and not talking bad about the Bluebird or anything in any way possible, because I want anybody that would come to town and would maybe hear my words, not take them in the wrong context, because it's like that. I think we've talked about this before once, maybe. It's like once you've done something once.
100%. The Bluebird is definitely that way.
Once you've done it once.
Yeah, like I played it, and I'll play it anytime they ask me to play it.
Exactly.
Just to be.
I would too. Because I actually submitted for my own show here several weeks ago. I sent all my stuff in I needed to have my own night, because I did my 4 Sundays. Actually, I've done 5 Sundays, because you had to do 4 before you could actually turn your EPK in, see if you could, have your own night, and et cetera, et cetera. But it's like, I've kind of done that. I know what it feels like. And there's just there's been a disconnect for me for a minute with where everything is going in town. Just like us talking about the lyrics earlier, how everything's got to be so catchy and so flipped. Well, this, if you say whatever, well, what's the opposite meaning of that? And it's like that it has to have an opposite meaning if what you're actually saying means something to start with.
Sure.
Just like for me, like Broken Things. I kept thinking about Broken Things when y'all were talking about the lyrics and everything a while ago. Broken Things is such a simple song to me. It comes across as, I'm just broken. And I think it's like that whole, like John Prine. I mean, you listen to John Prine, he didn't have to have a flip in everything he said.
No, not at all.
And one of the most prolific writers ever. Storyteller beyond measure to me. Probably one of the best, I think, there will ever be, John Prine. Yeah. Just in my mind. But to play the Opry would be awesome. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, I don't know. I like that small connection that you get from 10, 15, 20 people, honestly.
Well, here's the thing: is like,
It's like,
like you were saying earlier that you want to play in a room where everybody listens to you. That's one of those spots.
it is. I agree. I agree. I mean, I can't think of his name right now. The guy that wrote The Gambler. What's his freaking name?
Oh shoot!
I know the guy that sang it. I was gonna say that.
Not the guy that sang it. The guy that actually wrote it, and I can't think of his name.
He used to come in corner music all the time.
He played the night Ryan played, and I'm gonna kick myself for not being able to think of his name right now. But he walked out with his little bitty acoustic guitar, walked up to that microphone, and he owned the crowd from the get-go. I mean, he's absolutely owned it. Never seen one guy with one guitar the way he did what he did.
He played the Opry his whole set alone?
By himself. And I wish I could think of his name right now. You'll just have to look it up. We'll just paste it across the screen
Dude,
here.
I kind of want to do that.
Dude, that's what I would rather do. I would rather do it that way.
I've seen quite a few people. I've been lucky enough to see quite a few people do that.
No,
Really?
the
I didn't even
Opry
know that was an
band.
option.
The Opry
band's
band
incredible.
Oh, yeah,
is
they're fantastic.
incredible. They are unbelievable. But I mean, the way he owned the crowd, and me and Ethan both just sat there, and I would consider me and Ethan both pros. Me and him both sat there with our mouths just hanging open, like, what? And I don't know where my phone is. I think it's in the car. I'll look his name up. But
Sometimes that's how I look at you.
nah,
So it's all. You can say no all you want, but I do.
you'd have had to sing this, dude. When he got done, I'm just gonna call him he. When he got done.
I'll look up who it is.
Ryan got a standing ovation that night, but this dude with one guitar by himself. Everybody in that whole building stood up,
Yeah.
you know. And of course, he's got some epic.
Don Allen Schlitz Jr.
Don Schlitz, and I could not
That's
pull
him,
it out.
yeah.
Don Schlitz. I apologize, man. I'm so sorry. I love you to death. I just could not remember your name. He absolutely owned it. And that was, I told Karen that night when I got home, I said I saw my future tonight.
Yeah, boy.
I can see my future. I couldn't, like, to that point, truthfully, like, and this was just a month ago, if that. It was like my future in Nashville, you know, it's still like, you don't have to be in Nashville, but I saw a future with him at his age. I mean, dude's like 70. And just stood there and played his song. And he didn't have to jump up and down. He didn't have to scream. He didn't have to,
stupid TikTok dances.
yeah, didn't have to do, yeah, I look up Don Schlitz on TikTok and see if he's got 50,000 followers.
I don't know, I bet he has one.
That's what I'm saying. TikTok.
Adam Hood only has like 4,000 followers. It's Adam freaking Hood.
TikTok is like, I wish they would ban it, to be honest. I hate it. But I got so mad at it this morning, I could have spit nails, man. And it's like they constantly, it's like you do work and they will take your music off for this or copyright or whatever. It's like, screw you, man.
See, it's the craziest thing because like that music's not even released yet, especially
I
the
know.
new stuff. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
sense
It's not
does that
anywhere.
make?
It's all me. It's all on my page. Why would you do that?
That doesn't make any
But
sense.
YouTube, total different story, man. I put something on YouTube and, you know.
Yeah, YouTube pays more too.
And, but yeah, Don Schlitz showed me a future, and I appreciate that, man.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and back to what we were saying about writing too, when we were talking about like different types of lyricism and stuff like that. Man, there's I can't remember his name, but there's a really famous author. It might have been Hemingway actually, and they were asking him, you know, what do you do like, when you sit down and write? What do you do? He goes, I go into a room and I bleed on a typewriter. Wow, that was his answer. And I was like, holy shit, dude, that's.
Yeah, wow.
I was just fixing to say suffer.
Yeah.
You made me think
I'm
suffer.
going and stuff, and truly, like, and I think that's been such a huge piece of my songwriting journey. I mean, I've probably written 1,000 songs in the last, I mean, what's it been? 7 years? Yeah, I'm for sure I've written 1,000 songs.
It's time, man. You cooking.
And probably, I would say at least 600 or 700 of those are sad. At least. And I don't know, that was just such a huge piece of it for me was being able to go in and be honest and be vulnerable and just bleed on a page. And it's been so, or bleed into a Google Doc or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's been so good for me. It's been so healthy. And yeah.
I mean, it is therapy to a degree, but it's
1,000%.
yeah. That's like you know Daniel Leatherstitch.
Oh yeah, very well.
I say Stitch, Leather Stitch.
Yeah,
Stitch.
that guy's incredible.
SICH. Me and him, another name I'm missing, but we wrote one that's called re-remember. And I know that's hard to say, re-remember. And I had this idea, and it's like, we sit down every night with what we do, and we get to re-remember all of this crap.
Yeah,
If it's a true story, it's
that
like
really is what a song is. It's almost like a photo or a movie or something. Like you're able to capture this moment in time, and then every single time you play it, every single time you hear it,
you go back there.
You totally go back there and you get to relive it again. And that's what we do for other people too, and I think we forget that sometimes.
Yeah, that's what this song is about. It's like you said, people don't realize you're sitting there, you're singing this song to them, and they're going, oh, well, that's sad, or this is happy, or whatever. They have no idea that you're sitting there internally going, my dog died, and that's why I wrote this song.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Or, whatever happened, that's why I wrote this song. Or I got drunk and had a really bad car wreck. Could have killed me and my best friend. That's why I wrote Walk with Whiskey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People don't have no idea, how all these ideas come about.
Yeah.
These real life ideas,
Because you're living it.
Yeah. There's the fun ones like beer and, different things you write that's like, oh yeah, this is fun stuff. But them re-remembering type songs, them's gonna get you,
Well, that's awesome. Well, this has been really great. We got an hour. We have a whole hour worth of edits. That'll probably be 60 videos at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'll edit that. I might stick it straight on YouTube, just like I do.
Hey, it is what it is now. Do people love content?
They do. They do. I've been watching a lot of YouTube, just like real situation, unedited.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be surprised how many views that stuff gets.
Yeah, for sure.
Just people dig into it. But Ethan Anderson, y'all.
Yeah, Ethan Anderson. Look him up. What's the newest stuff you got out right now, Ethan?
I put out a song in February, but I've only put out one song this year, and then we're actually in the studio making a record right now.
Who are you working with?
Brooks Huntley.
Cool.
So, yeah, we're making a record right now. I've got 2 singles that are separate from that record that are ready to go, and then I've got different acoustic projects that I'm doing. So next year, it's probably going to be another 60 or 70 song type year.
That's what we need to get on. I want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, that every 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like it's one of them things.
Push.
That's what everybody. That's what everybody keeps saying. But
Well, that whole thing is switching up right now, even as we speak. Because like that used to be the thing where, you schedule a release 6 weeks from now, and then you push with content and keep going. But that's only working for the top 5-10%. The people that already have those built-in awareness. There.
Well, dude, that was my whole because it's funny. I have a bunch of friends, obviously, that are artists, and like all my best friends in the whole world, they're all artists and writers and stuff. And there were multiple people really close to me that were like, man, like I don't want to drop this song. I want to do some build up for it, a lead up for it, or I want to, see if I can get this many followers first, or whatever it is. And it just became this thing for me where I was like, I'm never gonna drop music. If that's the mindset, I'm never gonna drop music.
Right.
And so I was like, I'm gonna put out all of the music in the world. I'm gonna drop so much music, and I'm gonna worry about the audience piece of it later. Like I'm gonna put out all the music, and I'm gonna trust that at some point, right, there will be an audience that connects with it.
We got dogs. We got
Come on,
dogs.
So I don't know. My personal philosophy is music first, audience second.
I believe that. Well, see, here's the thing: is like without that built-in audience, like if I'm new to a video, like if I'm scrolling on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, and I come across a short of one of you guys singing a song, I'm gonna look at it and be like, cool, I either like that song or I don't like that song. If I like it, I'm gonna go look right there.
Right.
But if I don't know who you are quite yet,
Right.
I'm not gonna wait 6 weeks, to like go and save that song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and the other piece of it too is when you find a song that really touches your heart in a certain way, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, this song is amazing. Like, who's this artist, right?
Right.
Then you go like, that happens for me all the time, where I'll find an artist that I've never heard of before, and then I'm like, okay, well, what do they have out? And I want to go listen to their records or whatever. And
Right
so,
now.
Right. So if you already have, if I have 6 albums out by the time somebody finds me. They're gonna be like, this is the best fucking day ever. They're like, I'm gonna go listen to these 6 albums.
They're gonna listen to your whole catalog.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Well, it's like a lake. It's like if you tell people about this lake, and they go there and that lake's not there. You know what I mean? Like they can't really do anything with that lake. They can just kind of like look at the dirt and kick it around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this has been really, really good, Jamie. We've got What Forever's About coming out on the 21st. 21st, right? 20th. That's right.
September 20th.
and then Big City is following right behind that. And then we've got 6 more following right behind that. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff coming to you.
It's really cool to see what you guys are doing. Congratulations.
It's been a lot of fun. I think the product is very high quality. I think Jamie's an incredible writer and then one of the best voices I've ever heard. I mean, everybody always says that. There's no place better that I could have ever imagined me starting a company than right here, right yonder. Oh. touching tips.
Yeah, we need to set up another writer too.
Yeah.
Just hadn't wrote forever. But you got busy and all popular.
Dude,
and
I haven't
for
been.
me.
Well, I just haven't been writing. I've been touring.
I've watched you all come along. You've been like everywhere.
Dude, I've been.
Yeah.
It's the first weekend. This is the first year I've ever been able to go and tour, and it's been like
It's exciting too.
every weekend that I've been going, and I've loved it. I've definitely really enjoyed it, and I think I've learned a lot too, which is good.
Oh yeah.
And you'll continue to.
The road will teach you a lot of stuff.
It will, dude. And I thought that I wanted to be like the next Morgan Wallen. I thought that I wanted to be the guy playing for the packed out stadium, everybody screaming, and everybody. Dude, I don't want to fucking do that. I want to go do whatever show that I can play, solo acoustic, playing songs that I've written, where people are quiet.
What's up, y'all? What's up? Yeah, that slogan's already been done. I'm trying to come up with a slogan. But man, we got some killer content today. We ended up going back to Ethan Anderson's place and hanging out in his studio upstairs, his writing room, his sanctuary, where he goes and writes hit songs. But Ethan wrote Big City with me, which y'all have watched. If you've stuck around and you've watched this whole video, start to finish, it's about an hour. But had some cool stories, some cool things we talked about, how we wrote the song, how it kind of came about, and a ton of other stuff. Just some good stuff. But I hope y'all will stick this out. What is stick out? Who's sticking out? I ain't sticking nothing out. I hope y'all will stick around for more content like this. Me and Ben talked, and we're gonna start trying to just film a little bit of things, weekly. They say I'm supposed to use my hands, but I'm trying to drive right now and just talk. But and I got this. Everything's handless nowadays. You hang the thing on your rearview mirror, and you put your little ear things on, and you just talk. It's no different driving down the road and having somebody in the passenger seat with you, I think. But get back to the story. There's a big semi passing me, and that was it was weird. But anyway, the Kenworth. Finna get off the interstate right here. I'm gonna be home. I got me a bag full of sushi over here that I got from Ben K's. Old school Ben K's, they call it Sonobonos now. But if you like sushi and you go to Nashville, go to Sonobonos. You will not be disappointed. If you are disappointed, I'm sorry. I apologize. But y'all hang around. More content coming. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that follow button. Smash it. Go follow Ethan Anderson. Go follow Ben Miller. Go follow A Lick Challenge. Go follow Flanders Productions on Instagram. Go follow Jamie Esquire 36505, baby. That's me on Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff now. I'm changing my username to Jamie Esquire 36505. So come follow me. Join the I don't know what you call it. Join the tribe. Join us. Yeah, join us now before it's too late and it costs money to join. Right now you can join us for free. All you gotta do is smash that follow button, man. And follow us. Go download our music. We got all kinds of songs. Man, I found out today, I didn't know Ethan had dropped that many songs. But he put out like, I want to say he said like 60 songs last year. I mean, dude, that's crazy. And then he's got more in the pot coming, man. So, y'all go follow Ethan. Go follow Jamie, Ben, like I say, all of us, man. And throw one more name at you, Caleb Shirley. Go follow Caleb Shirley. And he's the new artist that CMG signed. Another Alabama boy. And so y'all go follow Caleb Shirley. Check him out. I'm sure they're going to have some big things coming. I don't know what all they're doing. I just know they just signed him. And but it's going to be cool. Big ride this year. I love that cloud right there. It's just kind of neat. It's really cool. It looks like he's trying to tell me something. And I can't. Maybe it says, looks like it says go. But in a weird way to me, it says go. I don't know. I'm crazy. I'm going around the curve here. But I have talked for almost 5 minutes. Just talking. Just hanging out talking. You know what I mean? And I don't know how many people to talk to. I got my dad, got my wife, Ryan, Ben, and my dogs. It's probably about all I need. Nobody else really calls me, except for those people that call me. Yes, I'm gonna post all this unedited. I'm tired of editing videos. I mean, you edit a video and you sit and you work and you toil over that work trying to edit something and nobody watches it. So it's just like, quit editing. Just post it. Make sure it looks cool. Make sure it's clean. Make sure you ain't insulting nobody. Be sure and watch it back, just in case. You know, you don't want to make nobody mad. But I'm gonna split. I hope y'all have a good day. I'm about a mile from the house. And gotta get my mouth ready for some sushi. See y'all next week. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, that slogan's already been done. I'm trying to come up with a slogan. But man, we got some killer content today. We ended up going back to Ethan Anderson's place and hanging out in his studio upstairs, his writing room, his sanctuary, where he goes and writes hit songs. But Ethan wrote Big City with me, which y'all have watched. If you've stuck around and you've watched this whole video, start to finish, it's about an hour. But had some cool stories, some cool things we talked about, how we wrote the song, how it kind of came about, and a ton of other stuff. Just some good stuff. But I hope y'all will stick this out. What is stick out? Who's sticking out? I ain't sticking nothing out. I hope y'all will stick around for more content like this. Me and Ben talked, and we're gonna start trying to just film a little bit of things, weekly. They say I'm supposed to use my hands, but I'm trying to drive right now and just talk. But and I got this, everything's handless nowadays. You hang the thing on your rearview mirror and you put your little ear things on and you just talk. It's no different driving down the road and having somebody in the passenger seat with you, kind of, I think. But to get back to the story, there's a big semi passing me, and that was it was weird. But anyway, big Kenworth. Finna get off the interstate right here. I'm gonna be home. I got me a bag full of sushi over here that I got from Ben K's. Old school Ben K's, they call it Sonobanos now. But if you like sushi and you go to Nashville, go to Sonobanos. You will not be disappointed. If you are disappointed, I'm sorry. I apologize. But y'all hang around. More content coming. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that follow button. Smash it. Go follow Ethan Anderson. Go follow Ben Miller. Go follow A Lick Challenge. Go follow Flanders Productions on Instagram. Go follow Jamie Esquire 36505, baby. That's me on Instagram, TikTok, and all that stuff now. I'm changing my username to Jamie Esquire 36505. So come follow me. Join the I don't know what you call it. Join the tribe. Join us. Yeah, join us now before it's too late and it costs money to join. Right now you can join us for free. All you gotta do is smash that follow button, man, and follow us. Go download our music. We got all kinds of songs, man. I found out today, I didn't know Ethan had dropped that many songs, but he put out like I want to say he said like 60 songs last year. I mean, dude, that's crazy. And then he's got more in the pot coming, man. So y'all go follow Ethan. Go follow Jamie, Ben, like I say, all of us, man. And throw one more name at you, Caleb Shirley. Go follow Caleb Shirley. And he's the new artist that CMG signed. Another Alabama boy. And so y'all go follow Caleb Shirley. Check him out. I'm sure they're going to have some big things coming. I don't know what all they're doing. I just know they just signed him. And but it's going to be cool. Big ride this year. I love that cloud right there. It's just kind of neat. It's really cool. It looks like it's trying to tell me something. And I can't. Maybe it says, looks like it says go. But in a weird way, to me, it says go. I don't know. I'm crazy. I'm going around a curve here. But I have talked for almost 5 minutes. Just talking. Just hanging out talking. You know what I mean? And I don't know how many people to talk to. I got my dad, got my wife, Ryan, Ben, and my dogs. It's probably about all I need. Nobody else really calls me, except for those people. Those are the people that calls me. Yes, I'm gonna post all this unedited. I'm tired of editing videos. I mean, you edit a video and you sit and you work and you toil over that work trying to edit something and nobody watches it. So it's just like, quit editing. just post it. Make sure it looks cool. Make sure it's clean. Make sure you ain't insulting nobody. Be sure and watch it back, just in case. You know, you don't want to make nobody mad. But I'm gonna split. I hope y'all have a good day. I'm about a mile from the house, and got to get my mouth ready for some sushi. See y'all next week.